So things are moving kind of good in your life. You're getting where you're supposed to get. Things are looking up. They're promising. Out of the blue, you mess it up. You make a decision or you do something that changes the trajectory that you were moving in. You might have done this consciously. You might have done it unconsciously. But the fact remains, you're self-sabotaged. Self-sabotage can ruin our lives and keep us ruined for a long time if we don't recognize it, stamp it out. Today, we're going to talk about it. I'm even going to give some personal experience so you can laugh at your boy right after this. You were a star child, let your light shine for all the world. When you open your mouth to reveal a pearl, let it shine more, just to light the path. If it don't add up, man, just do the math. If it ain't for you, let it pass on through. How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka your boy, Brotha T, here with another one. I'd like to welcome you to the New Life Tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. So we're talking about self-sabotage today. Why do people self-sabotage? It's one of the, you know how they have the 8 great wonders of the world. I think self-sabotage and self-doubt should be in those great wonders of the world, because people actually literally do this. Some people might do this in relationships. You might have a guy or girl, doesn't matter, who they might look at their opposite as a little bit better than them. Maybe they don't deserve to be there. So they'll do little things to get out of that relationship so they won't have that responsibility of living up to the standard that they believe the other person needs to be in a good relationship. People actually do this. They actually sabotage their relationships. Sometimes in a career, if you're moving along a certain career path, you might sabotage yourself in a career. Who knows? You might be afraid of that promotion. Maybe you don't want to go further in your career. So when those times come up and they start looking at you as a candidate, you might do something to sabotage. I'll have a story about that in a second. Why do people self-sabotage? Now, there's many theories about that can try to explain this. I think it's rooted in being insecure and having self-doubt within yourself. Those insecurities sometimes manifest themselves in many aspects of our lives. If you have an insecurity, for instance, let's say you doubt your ability to lead other people. That could lead you to not want that promotion to a supervisory position, right? Because maybe you're afraid to fail. Maybe you think you won't do a good job, even though you might have the skills necessary. So what you'll do is you'll lack at work. You'll stop being as productive. All of a sudden, maybe you'll cuss out your boss, right? Some people cuss out their boss just because they're bad people. But I'm sure down the line throughout history, people have sabotaged themselves on purpose this way. Let me tell you a story. So when I was younger, there was a program called the Upward Bound program. My mother would send, all my siblings. We all went to the Upward Bound program. Now I'm the youngest sibling, so I'm always in the shadow of my other siblings. They went to this Upward Bound program. This is like it prepares you for college, right? Even though you're in high school. So there are like accelerated courses that you take. They offer tutoring during the school year, and then in the summertime they would send you to an actual college campus to give you that experience, get you prepped for being at a university. They're getting you ready for school, right? And after high school, you get what I'm saying. So, I have 3 siblings, and all 3 siblings did pretty well, especially when they went to Upward Bound. Now, Now I did pretty good, especially in my freshman year. I was pretty darn good, I wasn't 4.0, but I was in that, 3.7, 3.8 range. So I was pretty good. I was doing okay, better than okay, right? So my mother said, "Oh, hey, it's time for you to go to Upper Bound 2." I didn't want to go. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't want to go.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I had my reasons. This is my reason for not wanting to go. For one, I did good in school. So I didn't think I needed that program to prepare me for the next level because I was preparing myself as I was going to school. And number two, reason why, because I'm more of a creative mind, right? So that's what I'm really into, even though I can be book smart and I do have an analytical mind and I love science. We'll get into that on other episodes, right? However, I wanted my summer, right? I worked hard all through the school year. I said, I wanted my summer. I want my summer. I'm a very creative person as well. I like to write. At the time I was into making songs, I would write songs, actual literal songs, among other things, right? Love to make music, love to write, love to poems, stories. I started writing a book. Yes, I started writing a book even when I was a teenager. So I wanted my summer. But my mother, she had sent all my siblings there. My oldest two siblings, they did very good in this program. My brother, who would be the middle brother, he did well as well. It worked for all of them. I just didn't think it was for me. So what happened? Where am I going with this? She sent me there. I resented her for it. She never know this story. She never knew this story unless she watches this episode. This would be the first time she ever heard this. I resented her for that because I wanted my summer. I thought I earned it. So what did I do? I self-sabotaged myself. When I got there, I acted out. Now, I'm a very quiet individual, very thoughtful. I even pay really close attention to the words I speak on a consistent basis. So at the time, I started acting out. I started speaking out. I stopped doing work. This actually translated into my next school year.
Stupid.
Okay. Now, I'm thinking, I'm going to hurt her by not doing my work, by being this other person. All I did at the end of the day is made it harder for myself, right? To the point where my grades slipped and I wasn't that student that was on top anymore. I did this because I resented the fact that I had to go to that program. In other words, I self-sabotaged myself. I'm going to direct this towards the younger people, especially if you're in high school or if you're in college. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't self-sabotage. Don't try to get back at your parents. Don't do it. Everything that they're doing for the betterment of you. If you don't want to do it, then, as long as you're living underneath their roof, you're underneath their rules. So go ahead, roll with it. Find a different way. Try to talk to them. Hey, just tell them. There might be a better alternative. Can we try this? Can we try that? I didn't do that. I just thought, I'll just do this because I'm rebelling. Hurt me in the long run. The second story, I used to be a cable guy, as some of you might know. No, I was working for an actual company. I'll just keep the company's name out. But I was a contractor, right? I didn't work directly for the cable company, but it was like a subcontractor. So they would contract the work from the bigger cable company and contract it to me. Okay. So there came a point where they were moving or expanding their business and going into another area, right, with the technicians. And they had a list of technicians who they wanted to go to this area. So they asked them, they went down the line, hey, do you want to go to this area? You interested? Boom, boom, boom. They got to me. Now, I had previous experience before I got to that company with another subcontractor. And I said, no, I don't like working that area. I don't like the buildings. They had a lot of apartments in that area. I didn't like doing apartments. I didn't like any of that stuff. So I said, no, I'm not going. I'm not even considering it. Don't even bring that to me. I don't even want to go in that city, right? Don't even bring it to me. And matter of fact, I didn't get upset, but they knew okay, he doesn't want to go there, right? here's the kicker. So as we continue on, I learned through the grapevine that, oh, the person that was running the company, I said, yeah. Oh, they were preparing to make you the supervisor over there. But you were so vehemently opposed to even going there and giving it a try that they just scrapped it all together. But that was the plan, to take you over there, give you some power, have you run that whole area. Self-sabotage.
Stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid now.
So where am I getting at? Stop sabotaging yourself. Look at life as an opportunity. There's endless opportunities, as a matter of fact. The word pour, don't forget, passing over opportunities repeatedly. I think I've done more than one video on this. So find that video and watch it, because you want to look at life as a great big opportunity. There's so many ways to learn and do things that you want to do. Don't pass them up. Do not pass them up. And the last thing I would like to say to some of those that are sabotaging themselves in relationships. Relationships are a reflection a lot of times. I think I heard this from somebody, Zoe Williams, somebody. Don't know if he made it up, but it's a lot of truth to it. A lot of times you'll get back who you are. Okay, so let's say, maybe even in a different way. So let's say, for instance, you're insecure with yourself. Sometimes you'll see insecurity in the other person. Or let's say you're not confident, right? You don't think you're good enough. It might show up in that person as an abusive behavior toward you. That's still a mirror, if that makes sense. So I want you to sit down, self-reflect, and know that you are good enough. But at the same time, you have to put that work in. Don't forget to put the work in. Improve yourself day by day. Don't be afraid to go into the unknown. This is one thing that I've been getting more comfortable with in the last 6-7 years, is stepping out into the uncomfortable places in this wild world we have. I embrace it. So stop the self-sabotage and stop ruining your life. This is your man, Terrion Wilson. I'll catch you on the next one, family. Peace.